call the recreation meeting order. Roll call. We're missing Mr. Valentine. Mr. Laura will lead us in the prayer.
This is actually a prayer of St. Francis. Most High, glorious God, enlighten the darkness of our minds. Give us a right faith, a firm hope, and a perfect charity, so that we may always and in all things act according to your holy will. Amen.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Public comment period. Anyone wishing to speak is sign in. Report on West Ascension. Ms. Beth? I'm sorry, Mr. Garner.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, council members. We have a new coordinator that we just put on staff, and I have three. Beth Bertrand that handles Lamar Dixon, and Michelle Tomplat that handles Stanmore Park, and I'd like for her to come up front. She's Asian Moran.
Hello.
Hello, welcome.
Well, thank you. I'm excited to be working with the Parish of Ascension, and I'm looking forward to doing a lot of things in the city of Donaldsonville with your help and my coworkers' help. So I'm excited to be here working with you guys.
Thank you.
That's great. Hey, we heard you were a professional skateboarder. Is that true?
No,
Oh, Garner.
I can't even skate. Thank
Okay,
you.
Thank you.
It's been about 4 months, I think, since we had a recreation committee meeting, and I appreciate y'all letting us have this one, and I'm gonna need another in February. So if y'all want to schedule it now or later, we'd
Okay,
like to come back
Michelle?
in February.
You can hook that up.
Give an update on what we've done on the west side so far since we've started working over there. The concession stand and restroom, we pressure washed them, repainted all of them, scraped all the old paint off of them, and got them painted looking real good. La Field has a new dirt added to the infields and all. We have a new batting cage is going to be over there. The basketball program is being run by Spencer Harvey, and we've gotten a real smooth start on it. I think everything is running smooth. We may be down a few in the numbers and all, but he said he's trying to recruit some more. We have the umpires and everything already fixed up. We're looking at, we have two guys doing maintenance there, Frank Barrett and Tyrone Madison, and they're doing a good job for us. I don't know how the purchase of the property is coming, but once we get the property purchased, we will be doing other things there. Lemonville and they've been, mostly we're in a kind of keeping it clean and keeping the grass and all cut out there. And we're going to show y'all some film a little bit later on Hillville Park, later on in the thing. That's it, pretty much from the west side. Got any questions? Yeah.
And going to,
Yeah.
how long has the basketball program got to go? I mean, how long is over there?
Middle of February.
Middle of February?
Yes,
Okay, and the All-Stars, they still there?
The All-Stars, they own their own on the All-Stars.
Okay, I
You
just
know,
want
it's
to,
the same thing we do over here. You know, we
Okay.
do the regular season, and when they go in All-Stars, they handle all of that.
okay.
You know.
Also going I heard you say Lemonville and Modest Park. How about the Lowry Park? I know we passed the purchase of equipment and everything, but what's the status on Lowry Park?
I talked to Julie Smith, who's the one that got the contract and all,
Uh-huh.
and they're doing, the contract is in legal still yet. We're waiting on legal to go ahead
Well,
and do the
I mean-
contract for Julie to sign it and all. So I talked to her last week. No, week before last, I'm sorry, because she was off last week.
So it was a purchase on the lowest bid,
Mm-hmm.
and we have problems that they're rejecting their low bid, or?
No. It's already been awarded to them. We just
Okay.
have to do the contract on it. You know, the scope of work was the bid. They have all of that. I mean, just waiting on them to give us the okay.
So we have no timeline on that.
I can let you know something. I'll check with them again tomorrow. But I check with them. I was out with the flu last week, almost all week.
What is the status for the pavilion for that Lowry Park?
well, we need to get the playground up, and then the pavilion and the walk trail is our next venture, to get over, to put over there.
I mean, going, I don't want, I hear all the good news you're doing on the west side. I mean, I commend you for that. But, these funds have been available for the last
Right.
4 years, and,
Sure.
the only thing, that park there have got is some,
The
playground equipment that was,
that we already have over there.
that accidentally over-ordered. It was
No.
extra.
No, it wasn't. It was on
extra.
sale, and we went and bought it. You know what I mean? We
Yeah, but
saved-
it was for this side of the river, and
No,
unfortunately, it couldn't
no,
get here.
No, it wasn't for this side.
Okay,
We have
good.
nowhere to put it.
Yeah.
Okay.
There you go. You ain't had
All right.
nowhere else to put it. Huh?
All right.
Now, that's the honest answer. Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Chairman.
Okay.
Go ahead.
To bring you up to date on Paula Park on the east side, we have 4 fields that we use for T-ball. We only used 3 this year, and we used some of Gore Park for T-ball on Saturdays. What we're doing, the leagues are growing so fast that we're going to do We're going to take Paula Park. They have 2 fields up front. We're going to make the fields bigger, and we'll move it to have co-eds playing out there 2 to 3 nights a week, maybe 4 nights a week. And we're going to move them to that park. That'll eliminate us having to do any other parks right now. The Apple program, it started in season. We had 39 kids involved, but that's the Inclusion League I know y'all all aware of. And they play at Galvez on Saturdays, and if y'all not doing anything, you ought to go out there and look at them. It's really something to see. The AYBA this year, they have 1,059 kids ranging from age from 6 to 15, and they have started already also, and the enrollment just keeps going up and up. We're doing a new adult program was generated through the combined efforts of the wellness program for BSF and the Parish Recreation Department. Participation is open. This is going to be an adult basketball league. We already have a volleyball league that started up. Miss Beth started it, Lamar Dixon, and I think we have like 7 or 8 teams that's involved with it right now, and it's really catching on. I met with Chad Lynch with the school board, and I had another meeting with him and 2 or 3 of the other supervisors and all, and they're looking at trying to get with us on schools on both sides of the river to try to combine some of our services. They got the land, we can build the parks and all, and make it where everybody can use them. It's kind of like we've done at Laurie and Donaldsonville. They have 5 acres at Parker Road that we had talked about doing soccer or football fields for the kids. That's something that we're looking at right now also. Y'all have a sketch up in front of y'all right now about Hillville Park. This is a park that we had to move. We had funding money, and it was built behind Monshon School, and the sewer treatment plant was built there. It's something we've been working on for the last 2 years with the fire departments. We have 300 feet by, I think, 526 piece of property behind the park, and I'm going to let Mr. Eric Poche come up and explain to y'all kind of what the drawing is all about and the numbers.
Good evening. I think in front of you have a rendering of a preliminary master plan as well as a initial cost summary for it. Basically, the scope items that we were given when trying to come up with this reconfiguration was to do, obviously, parking and to have a quarter-mile walk path with playgrounds. We have a couple of pavilions in there. And also dual basketball courts. And I think what we'd like to do is have those be covered with a pavilion, and also with retractable goals, so that on off times people can use it for gatherings, family reunions, and things of that nature. We also place a park adjacent to the property line, and there's opportunity for overflow parking in the event that someone would need that. It's really a very simple plan. It has all of the elements that we discussed with Mr. Gorney. We have a cost estimate, which is basically a preliminary cost estimate on it. Obviously, this can be done in phases over however many years until funding becomes available. If you guys have any questions about any specifics, I'd be happy to answer them for you.
Go ahead.
This might be for Mr. Gorney. Budget-wise, what are we looking at for this coming year that we have available to start this project here?
We're just studying it right now.
So we don't have a budgeted
No,
amount?
nothing, no. It's just something that we, we more probably need to do to keep it in good faith with all the grants that we have and everything.
Uh-huh. I didn't know if we had a
So
certain
we'll
amount
come back
put
with y'all
there.
with a budget,
Okay. All right.
Goni, do we have a timeline on that park for Hueyville with that federal, because that property was federal funded? Do we have a timeline on that to make that happen, establish?
No, we have some questions. We're still dealing with the grant, the guy that overseeing the grants and all, that still hadn't been answered. And we have the land. I mean, it's already straightened out. We had it surveyed and everything. And we're going to start cutting the grass this summer, and hopefully we can start with the walk trail or something, But no, I still have some questions I need answered before we say, okay, look, this is what we got to do.
Good. All right, that's it.
Thank you.
That's good.
I gave y'all a schedule, thing, this is about the pricing of the different facilities and all. And, we're doing this tulip policy, and some of the centers and all, for showers almost and everything, and we just don't feel it's necessary that, if they sell alcohol or give alcohol, then I think we should do the tulip policy, because it costs them about another $100 when they rent. And most of this stuff is baby showers and birthday parties and all. If alcohol's not being served, we don't, we like to do away with the tulip policy where we have to have it, but anytime alcohol is involved, we would like for that policy to have to be purchased.
If it's alcohol.
I'll make a motion that we amend the policy as stated.
I second it.
Motion by Mr. Lewis, second by Mr. Lambert. Like that. No objection.
No, if I had one, I would make sure everyone here.
How?
Hey, Gordon, did you want to go back to that boys umpire thing? Number 6, did you skip over that one?
Well, I was just going through the whole report, okay.
Oh, okay, all right.
This, the boys umpires, this is something that, okay, I guess I ought to go by the agenda, huh?
Yeah. Only if you want to.
We've been talking to the ABC committee, and we have a lot of trouble with umpires. We have a thing where we have to usually get 16-year-olds at the last minute, and we just can't get enough of the adult umpires. They want to come out, and what's happening come Friday night, Tuesday night, if they have a date or something comes up, they just don't show up. And we can't say we're not going to use it anymore because we need them for the next night. And, a lot of them just call one game or 2 games. And what we're looking at doing is cutting the registration fee that we get from the league. And we figure we're going to save, by them taking over the umpires, we may save $12,000 to $15,000. And I'm sure what they'll do, they'll use coaches that don't coach their team, different, don't coach a team don't umpire a team that they coaching or something. Yeah. And we'd like to try it for this year and see how it works out, because I tell you, it's a problem trying to get umpires over there. And plus, I mean, we wouldn't have to worry about the drug testing we're having to pay for. Plus, we're paying someone to oversee that the umpires are there, and this is all money we would save.
Yeah. And how much is that going to save?
We figured to save $12,000 to $15,000 by us not having to do the drug testing and doing the someone overseeing having the umpires there. And this is in the baseball, not the softball. We have no problem with the softball because most of those umpires are 45, 50 years old, and they show up for every game. But with the baseball, it's just kind of different, It's just, so we'd like to try it for this year.
You need a motion on that, Mr.?
Yes.
A motion by Mr. Lambert,
Second.
second by Mr. Johnson.
Whatever name please you, then, Mr. Chairman.
That's good enough. Joseph Johnson.
Okay.
I know we
On
all
the,
look
on the
alike.
back page of, what I was talking about a while ago is the rate changes for all the centers. We have Sanamo Recreation Center. It's $500 for anyone, and then for church or schools, it's $300. We like for it to go up to $600, and church and schools, $400. That center is, with the air conditioning and everything getting old, everything's almost 25, 30 years old. We had to replace one last year. We're having to replace the heaters and all now there. And by the time we clean it up, the floors, we have to strip them more often now. I mean, they're getting old. And we check with the others, and we're pretty much in line with the rec center.
That's where I had my wedding reception 34 years ago.
Huh?
I said that's where I had my wedding reception 34
Well,
years ago, so it's older than 20.
That center is, with the air conditioning and everything getting old, everything's almost 25, 30 years old. We had to replace one last year. We're having to replace the heaters and all now there. And by the time we clean it up, the floors, we have to strip them more often now. I mean, they're getting old. And we check with the others, and we're pretty much in line with the rec center.
That's where I had my wedding reception 34 years ago.
Huh?
I said that's where I had my wedding reception 34
Well,
years ago, so
well-
it's older than 25, 30.
When's your anniversary?
On February 12th.
Well, look, it's open for February the 12th. We'd be glad to rent it to you.
Was it the same price back then?
Oh, no way. We'll probably $25. So, let me go through all of them. Dairy Community Center, the current rate is $25 an hour. We're proposing a rate increase to $50 an hour and $200 for the day. That's still very cheap for that center. Sure.
Question. Tony, do we have that many people rented just by the hour?
Yeah, we have meetings, stevedores, come in and rent it for a meeting. We have homeowner associations, some of the places come in and rent it for an hour. Yeah. Yeah. And our rentals have went out the roof almost. The Gosman Community Center is rented almost all the way through March now, every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And now they're starting to rent on Thursdays and during the week. Same thing with Oak Grove Community Center, which we'll address in a minute. Y'all have a problem with that, and that's okay? Do we need a motion, or y'all want to make a motion for all of them?
You want to do all of them, just make one big motion?
Okay. Oak Grove Community Center, we're charging $125 for the whole day now. We want to go up to $150 an hour, $150 and 2.5 hours per day rentals. In other words, right now, the center is now, since we've done the water park, and it's amazing, that parking lot is full, even in the wintertime right now, and that's without the water, the spray park even being owned. And we like for it to be, we're getting calls for birthday parties, because now they won't have a birthday party and then use the spray park, as entertainment. And we figured that we could rent it 9, 12, and 3 o'clock on Saturdays, and 12 and 3 on Sundays. And we'd have to do a contract with someone to come in and clean it, in between the things. But, I mean, we're getting calls every day, and we're telling them right now, we're looking at a restructuring of the price, on them and all first.
Mr. Lambert?
Yeah, go on. How would that take away from the public using the park if you got you only got some certain amount of parking, and you bring a birthday party, 3 birthday parties on a Saturday, what about the public's use? That's what it was put there for.
Right, yeah. Well, the public is using the park. I mean,
But what I'm saying, during birthday
oh,
times.
no. They only renting the center, not the spray park.
Okay, you had mentioned spray park right behind it. That's
I'm
what
sorry,
was
yeah.
about.
I meant, yeah.
That was the entertainment.
Yeah.
Spray
Yeah,
park.
Yeah.
right, yeah. No, it's open to public, and like I say.
That's strictly public, okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
last Tuesday, as bad as the weather was, we had 18 cars out there with people, and it's all people with 3 and 4-year-old. That was a home run, that park. I mean, it is amazing how many, every Saturday and Sunday, the park is plumb full.
Good.
And also, I forgot to mention on the west side that whenever we do own the fairgrounds, we want to try to build one there also on the fairgrounds.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot that, Oliver.
Oh, he would remind you.
He will.
That's right.
And look, we like being reminded, because I tell you, we have so much stuff going on right now, sometimes you gotta let us know.
I make that motion for all the rate
All right.
adjustments.
Motion by Mr. Lambert,
Second.
second by Mr. Lord. All in favor?
And I forgot to say one thing also on Oak Grove Community Center. After 6 p.m., it'd be $150 for the night.
Yeah,
That way, we're
so-
still keeping it open, you know, for weddings and,
Gotcha.
and we're looking at something right now. Councilman Lord just told us this afternoon that we had some money that came through that we wasn't aware of, so we can look at the back of the center, that we can do parking or something also.
It's from the state, capital outlay last year. Late last year, we got 125,000, so we'll be doing, looking at bringing forth to the council renovation plans for the center, everything like we talked about for phase 2 for that project.
Good deal.
Okay. Lamar Dixon, you know, we have a master plan for Lamar Dixon for the back part of it. And we just started meeting last week to kind of really shore up things, and if there's any funds available, any kind of grants. We had a meeting with Martha and Miss Beth James on what we can do out there and what kind of funds are available. So we'll be reporting back to y'all on that. You know, so if there's anything we can do, you know what I mean, if anything y'all want to, any input
You got
y'all
some
want,
soccer
please let
fields
us.
planned out there?
Sir?
You have some soccer fields planned out there?
Well, we're looking at soccer fields up in the northern part on Parker Road, the 5 acres to serve the northern part of the parish. You know, but the master plan has all of that on it: football field, soccer, and we were looking at something today. Lester and I, at Sanamo Park, we had these big old bleachers that was installed like 8 years ago, I believe, for a national tournament came, and there's nobody uses them now. And we're looking at maybe taking those. We can cut them in half, and they'll seat more probably 600-700 people, and moving them to Lamar Dixon and do a football field or something. And the Lake Titans, I think it is, that uses the park right now, and they play their home games, I think, at Dutchtown. But if we had a place for them to play, and they do a real good donation at the end of the year towards the school, that we would be glad to
Oh, yeah.
to help them out.
All donations are welcome.
Yeah. Beth, you have anything about Lamar Dixon? Did I miss anything? Come on up. Time extended.
Hey,
No.
47 minutes is shot.
I'm going to be brief. Lamar Dixon, as you know, is a bird of a different feather. It's not purely recreation in the sense that we have to be very careful about money. The gymnasium is being rented more and more frequently and for larger and larger events. As a matter of fact, I've stolen the Elks Club Mardi Gras Ball, and it will be held in the gymnasium on this side of the river because it's parish property for both sides of the river. And they are really enthused about that. Implementing volleyball programs, basketball programs. I'm more in the adult mode since our children's athletic programs and recreational programs are so well established in the parish. That's not to say I don't encourage a children's program to utilize Lamar Dixon. It's just to say right now I'm looking at adult programs because we have none. And they are taking off with a bang. The basic rental property over there that rents itself virtually and that is hot as a firecracker right now is the chapel. It's a beautiful little building. It's non-denominational and it rents for $350. We also are implementing the rental of the banquet rooms over the offices up front as reception areas. And that really pleases the people who come there to rent the chapel because they love not having to leave the property to have both the wedding and the reception. So this is kind of a hand-in-hand win-win situation for everybody. And other than that, there's, of course, the commissary, which we recently ended the lease on with someone who was supporting BP out there, and they have reduced their staff so that they don't really need the commissary anymore. But we will look forward to other avenues with that. It's been slow a little bit to come up out of the situation where, and believe it or not, there are people in this parish who don't even know Lamar Dixon exists or where it is. But they are learning very rapidly, and they're spreading the word. So I have high hopes for everything out there. And the green space is just an opportunity unbelievable, and it'll unfold. Thank you, gentlemen.
Yeah.
We have 2 items left. Oliver said some a while ago about hearing all the good things in the parish. I want to show y'all what we deal with every Monday morning whenever we come to work. And we leave the parks in good shape, and we come back Monday morning. And I want to show you what goes on. We lost one of the films that we had with Southwood Park, and I wish we still had it, but whenever we made changes, we lost the film, you know. But this I want to show you what we come to on Monday morning whenever we come. This is Butch Gore that happened last Monday. This is the stuff that we found. Now this is what they're talking about with the flood zone. You know, this is 5 kids. Okay, yes, we did it. Now the next one is they wanted us to have a blue. And then this is one we did it again to show us that they could get away with it. You know, then they painted our toilet. You know, and booyah, evidently they do watch Channel 44 and know about the financial things in life. You know, and this is the stuff that's really frustrating whenever we work so hard to get it. And this is 5 kids that live within walking distance of Butch Gore Park. You know, walking distance of Butch Gore Park. Now, the sheriff and I met, talked Wednesday, Thursday, said that be sure and offer a $500 reward for the arrest of anyone knowing anything about these kids. Now, we know pretty much we have them on film, you know, but it's hard to identify them. We had a guy call us today. He chased 3 boys out of there this morning, I think, or yesterday, Sunday. Okay, you know, and but it's to identify them, you know. So there's a $500 reward for anybody that can help us locate them and have them arrested. This is Stevens Park. This is when we came one Monday morning, and this is what they done with a 4-wheel truck. It's a white 2000 truck with a black hood on it. This is portable home plates. I mean, a pitch of rubber we had, you know, and this takes a long time to overcome this kind of stuff. They done 2 fields that, I mean, just flat tore them up. This is a home plate where they slid home, it seemed like. And this is the outfield. I mean, it just, you know, and this is Southwood Park. Now, the film you just seen a while ago, the guy that, the new guy, John, he cut a bunch of stuff out that we couldn't show y'all. He said, that, you know, he couldn't put that kind of language on the screen. But I mean, just trying to let y'all know just what we deal with. This is Southwood Park. This is inside the concession stand, which the film, we had taken the film of the park before, and we worked everything, got everything painted, got it really looking good. Now this is where they're living at. See the mattress back there? That's the paint they throw on the wall that we just painted. That's the mattress that they evidently sleeping or doing something with. This is some more they're writing. That's a brand new, just had painted it. See this little hole right there? That's a hole in the block. The other side of the building had about 12 blocks knocked out. We put them back in. We've done it 5 times. We'd put them in, they'd knock them out, you know. And they gave up on that side when we fixed it, so they went on the other side and they started making holes on the other side. I don't know what the answer is anymore. I mean, we're gonna keep fixing them and they'll keep tearing them up. Maybe they'll grow up and maybe the kids will do better, you know. But I think whenever someone comes to that park, it ought to look like a new park and all. And we have a good crew, and they stay out there and they work real hard trying to do it and all. Now this is Sanamo Park, DPW, Ronnie Fairchild, Johnny Richardson's crew. These guys help us so much. we sent them over there to take out a couple of trees, and after they took out 2 trees, we looked and said, you know what, we could do a volleyball complex right there. So they took out some more trees, you know, and now we have enough room for beach volleyball and 2 regular volleyball courts we can put out there. This is the inmates. Sheriff Wally and Warden Weber do a great job in it. Not any time, but 90% of the time we call them for help. And this is the inmates out there. We have 3 buildings there, and they come out and pressure wash them. They paint them. The weather's kind of stopped them from being able to finish it all. And then they go into Stevens Park and do the same thing. I mean, anytime we do it. This is the rock that we put in at Harryville. It's a climbing rock that we put in. And again, Greg and his crew at DPW. I don't know who this guy is standing on the left over there. That's George Rozier, in case y'all didn't recognize him. But
He just wanted to make sure he got in the picture.
yeah, exactly. He told me to be sure to show that picture tonight, being he was going to be here. And this is where they're undoing the boats and all to load it. And this is Oak Grove Community Center. This is the park that was just a center, and we got some money, and we built it. This is the new flagpole we put out in front of it. And this is
Come on now.
who is
That
that?
up. Taking the
We
inaugural.
started checking for age too. You know, Councilman Laura made a run through the water to check
You don't
to be
have to
sure it
go
was
back.
safe for everybody. And look, and he come through okay, huh, Chris? This was the grand opening, and I tell you, it's unbelievable. The people that are there now. I mean, every time you pass there. Now the weather's bad now, but without even the water on, we fill in the park up with people. This is our crew installing cameras at the ballpark. Now this is Apple. They're playing basketball now, but this was the baseball program. Now where they're playing at right now, Betsy asked us, said, well, look, if we could have a baseball field to make it look like now we have a baseball field there. We got the backstop, we got the dugout, handicap dugouts for them and everything. I mean, and we've got 2 handicap workout stations also, like we have on the walk trail at Paula Park and all. And this is the field we built last year. They came and told us that, remember, we told y'all it was 10 days. Well, this is how it looks whenever the grass is in it. We built that field in 10 days last year. And we're going to have to build another one now over there. But we're not putting lights on them right now.
You got enough room to build another one over
Huh?
there?
Yeah.
You do?
Sure. We something that Beth is also doing at Lamar Dixon. We have the Gonzales Baptist School is holding practices out there and home games at Lamar Dixon, the gym. We really want to try to use the gym, utilize it, get people to come into Lamar Dixon and see what we have to offer. The sock op, of course, I mean, we was over 600 at the one in December. The Sheriff's Department sponsored it, and this coming Friday, the Gym Law Association is furnishing it. And now we have it pretty well sponsored for the whole year, and it's not $150 anymore. You know, you helped us a couple of times whenever we was running a little bit short of money and everything, and we appreciate it. I think Todd did too, Dempsey, and we appreciate it all, you know. The Boy Scouts at Lamar Dixon use the back part for camping and everything. They come out, sometimes there's 200, 400 kids out there. They camp out over the weekend, and they do their clay shooting and everything else and all like that. Dennis, this is for you.
What, dog park?
The dog park. We're building. We kept looking for something. We've got a lot of requests for dog parks. Really, I mean, it surprised you. And everywhere we went, the prices was like $40,000, $50,000, $60,000, $100,000. But we found a vendor that we think we can deal with. That we're going to be able to buy some stuff. It may not be as good as the other stuff, but it's something we can put in and see how it works and all. And we're going to put it out on Highway 621, the park out there. We have some room in the front, and we have some room in the middle also, but I think we're going to put it up front. And We're just gonna see how it works. I mean, we got a lady that called us the other day wanting us to build a wall for the tennis court that they can use. I never heard of it before, but I'm not a tennis player. That, they wanted a wall where if nobody's there to play with, they can play against the wall, you know, and, she called us back, I think, last Tuesday, Wednesday, and we're gonna see how to build it. You know, if people just let us know what they want, if we can afford it, if there's a use for it, you know, we'll do it. For sure. Did I forget anything? Oh, yeah. We have one other thing. Remember I talked to y'all a while back about the skate park? Wanted to build a skate park at, in Gonzales on Irma Boulevard, and it was $100,000, and we had it in our budget. Well, we lost some of our funding. We had a $25,000 grant we thought we could get, but it's not in the right area, and we don't qualify for the grant. And we had some other commitments that didn't come through. And to build a skate park, and Eric's here tonight with some of the stuff, he'll explain to some of y'all, was going to be about $175,000. And we would like to do a budget amendment out of our fund balance for $175,000. We have $1,700,000 in our fund balance at the end of this year, and we've gotten it by having dumpsters dump less. We started in the concession stands now. Whenever the season ends, we turn everything off. It's not a lot of money, but you save a few thousand here and a few thousand, it adds up. And we're real proud of what we've done with what we had, you know. And I'd like for y'all, we need a motion for a budget amendment for 175. I know that seems like a lot of money, but it attracts a different group of kids. Okay. Yeah.
I was going to ask a question about the vandalism stuff, though. I'm sorry.
Yeah, why don't you do that before?
Okay, yeah,
Okay.
before we start discussion on the skate park, back on the vandalism piece, you mentioned we had cameras
Better
at,
can hardly hear you.
we had cameras at one of the parks. Is it Portugal, you said?
Yes, sir.
Do we have them at some of those other parks, too?
Well, I tell you, we have them at Southwood. No, we have them at Sanamo Park. We have them at Gore Park and Stevens Park. Stevens Park has been real effective, but they started knowing where the cameras at, you know, and they started going around them. So what we're looking at, we went to a sporting goods store the other day and got the price on these deer cameras. It's ultra red, it takes the shot, and I think they'll work better than what we're putting out right now. So we're looking at maybe probably buying 15 or 20 of them and put them out just to see how they work. And I think they'll work a lot better than what we have now.
Cool. Well, I was just thinking, yeah, that
Yeah.
well,
Well,
combined with some effective signage
Yeah.
is about the best we're probably going to be
We
able to do.
have, we,
Put them where they can't steal them now.
huh?
Put them where they can't steal them.
God, you gotta get high. Ain't nobody gonna climb that high. Yeah. Look, y'all seen what we deal with right now, so you can see what they would do with the cameras. But they know where the cameras are, and they walk behind them, you know. And a lot of things, we'd even have it on today. We could show y'all another 20 minutes of stuff that we deal with every weekend.
Is it?
I got one question on that. Well, you say they had the four-wheelers and the trucks, you know, doing that.
Sure.
We don't have fence around those areas? where
Yeah, sure. They know how to cut them. They know how to cut the locks, and they do whatever they gotta do to get in them. You know, locks and chains are for honest people. You know?
All right, that's on the back.
Yeah.
My other question is on the skate park. It's still at the location.
On Irma Boulevard,
On
yes, sir.
Irma Boulevard.
Yeah, right. The city's gonna move up the fence 25 or 30 feet, you know, to give us room to do it. And we'll have the parking from the, because see, most of that's gonna be, council on agent, they're going at 4:30, 5 o'clock. And we have some different areas we can use for parking too. We done it at Sanamo Park, when I came in, I mean, Sherry Kinchin and Beth had and Lyle had some ramps just in the back for them to use, and we'd get 15, 20 kids out there almost every evening, and just, and it's, like I say, it's another form of recreation for the entire
growing.
public, you know.
They growing.
Huh?
I see them when I'm riding around. They
Yeah.
growing. They're skating on board on everything they
Right,
they can do.
right.
If you need a motion, I got a motion that we amend the budget to 175,000 if it's within the budget.
All right.
Yeah,
A
oh, yeah,
motion by
we got
Mr.
it.
Joseph, second by Mr. Lambert. Any objection? Motion passes.
Thank y'all. I appreciate all the help y'all give us. Okay.
Thank you.
Did I
Thank
cover,
you. Thank you
did I
and
cover
your
everything on the agenda?
I believe so.
Okay.
Crossing off as
Now,
they go.
now remember, the sock hop,
From one end to the back.
the sock hop is this coming Friday.
We can follow you.
And look, I tell you what, y'all ought to come help us serve, because we wearing ourselves out serving. I mean, I'd be glad to have y'all.
Any day with Friday, I can make it.
Okay, thank y'all.
No.
Motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn. We adjourn.